Long after Ryan O'Neal starred in the movie Love Story, he began a real-life romance with Farah Fawcett. It lasted 30 years. They were one of Hollywood's most famous couples, right up there with Tracy and Hepburn, Burton and Taylor, and Brad and Angelina. Now, 3 years after Farrah Fawcett lost her battle with cancer, Ryan O'Neal has written a memoir called Both of Us, My Life with Farrah, and he joins us this morning. Great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
So why write this now?
Well, I didn't write it now. I wrote it about almost a year ago, and it was just a way to be attached to her. You know, conjure her up.
You met in 1979, you and Farrah.
Yeah.
How did you meet?
Sorry?
How did the two of you meet?
Her husband introduced us.
Lee Majors, the $6 million man.
Yeah.
And the two of you, Farrah and you, fall in love.
Yeah.
And she leaves him.
Well, their marriage was had reached its apex by then, and timing was right.
Is that something she told you at the time, that it had reached its apex?
No, I used to sit and listen to them talk to each other, and I could tell that there was they were flawed.
What did you think was their biggest flaw?
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that to Lee.
Okay. Have you spoken since then?
No.
Okay.
But we saw each other at a party, and we nodded, and once at a restaurant he sent us a bottle of wine. So he's been a good sport.
You go on for 30 years.
Yeah.
You and Farrah together. Never getting married. Was there ever a conversation along the way about, should we?
Not more than 30 or 40 conversations.
Who started those conversations, Ryan?
I wanted to marry her. I wanted to marry her, and she was happy the way it was going, and I didn't push.
Except for 30 or 40 times.
Yeah.
You did become very close, though, to getting married. In fact...
Yeah. No, sure.
In the final days.
There was pressure. There was lots of pressure. Not from the parents, but just... you know, people had to get married in those days. It isn't a big deal anymore, but then and then we had a baby. Oh my God, you're not married. What's the baby's name? That kind of thing.
So there was some underlying tension there.
Not really. Not for us. We were rebels.
You thought about getting married. You talked about getting married in her final days.
Oh, yeah.
And this is something you talk about, how difficult it was to plan this, essentially while she's on her deathbed.
Well, there were times she had to return to St. John's Hospital, several times. And there was a priest there, the hospital priest, Father Kelly. And he suggested that he would marry us. And she said, okay, let's get married. But by then, she was so weak that he was only able to give her the last rites.
You still get emotional about that today?
Yeah, of course.
I want to talk about your health as well.
Yeah, that's okay.
How are you feeling?
I've been better.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have some cancer I'm working on, but I'll do something. I'll fix it. I'll fight it off.
You are a fighter?
Yeah.
Is that how you would describe yourself through all of this?
No, she taught me that. She taught me how to fight. Farrah did. How to be brave and how to be strong. And she gave me spirit, more spirit than I had had. And so I won't disappoint her.
Ryan O'Neal, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. The book is called Both of Us, My Life with Farrah.